Hello everyone and welcome to today's league race of the Huts Gaming League Race 1, and I hear myself. Today it's round 20 of League 1 of Huts Gaming, and you might recognize my voice. I normally do League 2, the commentating, but unfortunately still was not available. But today I am together here with Shiv. Shiv, how are you?
I'm not doing too badly. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you very much. Before we get into the race, it's a sprint race as well, a sprint weekend. We're gonna have a quick look at the driver standings, which we can see here. At the moment, Goshen is in first with 325 points, in the Alpine. TomTom in P2 with 254 in the Aston Martin. Also in the Aston Martin in P3, we have Bubbly with 188 points. Let's have a look at the team standings. Alpine is in first with 484 points, with Aston Martin in P2 with 315 and McLaren in P3 with 248. Now I'm gonna have a little look. I see that they are not readying up yet, so we have to wait a little bit.
Majority of them are now. Majority of them are now. Yeah,
yes, we're starting.
Now.
So we are gonna have a little look at the track here. Welcome to Autodrome Nacional di Monza here in Italy. 5.7 kilometer circuit with 2 DRS zones and a speed trap just before turn 1, with 11 corners and 12.8 meters elevation. It's pretty flat here. In turn 1 we see last year Hamilton versus Verstappen, where Verstappen of course ended up on top of Hamilton, which caused both drivers to DNF that race. Continue here to turn 3, Norris versus Leclerc. Leclerc almost pushing Norris off the track, but Norris making the overtake stick. And then here in turn 4 we see Hamilton versus Norris. Hamilton around the outside into turn 4, which turns into the inside for turn 5 and managing the overtake. Now I see that the drivers indeed have readied up, and we're gonna head into short qualifying for today's league race, and then I'm gonna set it.
Yep, so it should be just a one-shot qualifying format. Basically, what that means is the drivers get one lap to do pretty much just one fast lap instead of going in, out, etc. And then we have the sprint race, which will set the grid for the league race, which is the 50% race. So it could be quite interesting to see what happens. Sprint race is a lot more chaotic and whatnot. Gets a lot more people warmed up, so you could see a lot more cleaner racing, as Monza is one of those circuits where it's the infamous turns 1 and 2, with the first variante chicane, that you see a lot of chaos, both in the real life and also within the game as well, as everyone, doesn't really think about the rest of the 26, 27 laps. They just think about lap 1, but should be quite a good one, and always a chaotic one here at Monza, but chaotic in a good way, as we are starting a lap here at Monza.
There we go. Let's see who can have the best lap here.
It looks like it's Jordan within the Haas, so just going down to the start-finish straight, looking into turn 1, going to be braking around the 75 meter board, so all the way down into second, maybe even first gear, if you want to feel us at first turns 1 and 2, then straight bolting into turn 3. I'm going to go to the Curva Grande, and it's going to be quite a very patient right-hander. Then, as you said, here's turn 4 where Verstappen and not Verstappen, and Hamilton and Norris had collided. Yes, and technically Verstappen and Hamilton. Now here's turn 6. We're going through the first Lesmo chicane, then the second Lesmo chicane. You can mess it up really here if you take that inside curb. Luckily, Jordan does not do that. Gets the DRS here. You're going to see a lot of passing opportunities. And here is where you're going to see potentially a lot of the most collision through the Ascari chicane. Left, right, right here, right, and then you're going to see another left, and then bang onto the second main straight of this track.
While we're going down this straight, we see that 30 for now has taken the lead. returner, of course,
I think it
into
looks like
the lead.
Jordan might pip him though. Let's see what the gap is at the moment. Surdy currently on provisional pole.
Coming out of Parabolica to the finish line. Who's gonna take it? It is Surdy with a 119.7.
Not bad at all. That's really close.
That's a very good lap here. Surdy, a returner to the league. Of course, has been out for a little while. But manages to grab pole by almost 0.2 of a second. So had a really good lap here.
So the field spread between 1st to 14th, for those who did qualify and who did not invalidate their laps, is about 1.6 seconds, and that's really good. That's really, really good considering everything. Now, that means like it's a short field spread, so meaning that these guys are going to be quite decently on the pace. Whoa, we won't see big gaps like we would in some other situations, especially not here at Monza, because there's going to be a consistent DRS train.
And the toe, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Now, since this is a sprint race, you have the option to go on the soft or the medium tires. And basically, this is like, there's no mandatory pit stop here. So, the softs definitely are the best tire for maybe 3 to 4 laps, kind of thing. And a very good tire when you want to get away. But the mediums will last you the entire race quite comfortably. So, Lagand, obviously you've raced before, within HOTS Gaming. What is your kind of choice? Are you thinking a soft? Are you thinking
well, as we've seen before, the C4 tires with us, it's not the softest tires we have. It's also not a track that's really high on degradation, so I maybe would guess the soft, but as I see is everyone is on the medium.
A lot of people's on mediums, yeah.
Nobody really taking the gamble, as it seems. 9 laps, of course.
Yeah.
Quite surprising, no one took the gamble.
I would think at least one person, but I don't know if that's an automated.
You should be able to choose for the soft, definitely.
So no, it says predicted pit stop strategy. Soft mediums are hards, but everyone's going for the medium tires. So okay, that's quite interesting. But I guess I think tire deg is a bit too high because the braking zones, as you mentioned, tire deg isn't too high. There's not a lot of corners at this track, but there are very, very heavy braking zones.
Yeah, and Parabolica is, of course, the long turns are quite heavy on the tires.
Exactly. And it looks like someone who's not going to be warming up their tires whatsoever is Hardy 2J in the Williams, I believe. He's been disqualified from the session, so he's gonna.
Oh, and we already see a spin here. Just on the formation lap, Sorky in the Haas has spun around while warming up his tires in P8. Now back on track. It was a very clean spin actually. It kept the car spinning until it was straight again. Probably not the way he wanted it to do, but he's straight again and on his way to the grid.
Efficient way to warm up the tires, let's say that for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. For the people who have watched the Friday leaks the past 2 weeks, we have seen that there was quite a lot of chaos in the first few laps, and well, actually the entire races. So let's see if League 1 can do a bit better and keep it out of the wall a bit more. Let's hope we have at least a clean sprint.
Well, it's Monza, so we'll see what happens, really.
Yeah, turn 1 is going to be interesting.
All these guys are lining up, going to be doing their final bit of burnouts. I love this manual lineup on the grid on the F1 game. I think it's so much more immersive.
You see that 30 now has put it in P1, and it's waiting for Fusion.
Yeah, sort
the last person.
I think we've got a couple of disqualifications from the session, but everyone should be fine.
Looks like everyone is on their place now. We do not have a very good shot at the lights, but it's 5 lights and they are out. 30 having a pretty good start here. Is he not so much? Jordan taking P2 from him now.
It looks like a decent amount of a spread.
Oh, and there we also see a bump between Jordan and Isti.
Well, yes, they're going 3 wide into turn 1, and Ferrari makes it into P2, but it was only made it into P2 because the ghosting was on. It looks pretty okay, but instead of, I think there was a bit of a dive bomb from the Alpine driver. Hopefully there's no damage, but it doesn't look like there's much damage. I think the Haas is falling back as I think Groffel are around the outside of Sork.
Oh, there are a lot of chaos in the back now.
Yeah,
We see Jebba off track.
That's Alpha Tauri, so that's Biscuit, Hardy, Bengal, Jabba, and Quack. All of them are off track at the moment, but I think they've just got back on track, so that's a couple of positions gained for a lot of people. I think especially Hardy, who did not warm up their tires on the formation lap. You can just see them weaving right now, but it looks
they've
clean.
they
I
have
think
problems.
the DRS train is gonna start to appear, rather the slipstream train, because everyone's been trying to use their ERS, but Surti out in front already has a 2-second gap.
Yeah, you could keep it out of the trouble in turn 1. Behind him, of course, we saw the Haas and the Alpine, we saw them collide. Surti wasn't involved and could pull away, and already has a 2.5-second gap.
On board with Pookie, you've got Daniel, Pookie, and Jordan all chasing the Ferrari down, and Pookie is now going to the outside.
Around the outside.
Into turn 1. Oh, is it going to be
A
interesting?
little bit of contact down the
there.
inside now. Daniel around the outside having the traction there. Managing to keep the place.
Line and a better exit, yeah, so he was going to get that, but it's really...
But now we see Jordan going around the outside, but being stuck behind Daniel. Trying to go around the outside of turn 4 again. No, a little bit of contact now. Pookie around the outside of turn 5, managing the overtake of Jordan again.
Wow, that was skilled by all parties. Well, yes, there was a bit of contact, but the amount of space that was left, that was awesome. And DRS isn't enabled yet. This is going to completely intensify when DRS does get enabled, because they have people on the back.
We do now see a yellow flag. I think Jebba has spun.
Yeah, Jabba did spin. I think he's back on track now. He's currently moving. Quack did pit for another set of medium tires, so...
Yeah, so I think there was indeed some damage. We do now see Sorke again being spun around. And as well... Oh, and Jebba now retired. Probably had hot tires after the spin he had.
A safety car.
It looks like a full virtual safety car, because there's no safety car on track.
Okay, I think that 6 is pitting, so 6 is taking a bit of a gamble for soft tires. So this is going to be interesting.
It also looks like 6 has front wing damage.
Yeah.
Changing that now.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see his pace, because 6 is a pretty good driver. He was in P10, but Jabba's left the session. Hopefully he comes back for the main league race, but it's going to be quite interesting. So he is ahead of his teammate Quack by quite a while, and obviously the VSC will help him a decent amount.
Yeah, but I think they would have hoped for a full safety car to try to get back to the pack.
He had damage, and you know, it's going to be interesting to see what the pace is. It's about 6 laps, which I would reckon what the soft tires could handle, you know, kind of thing, if you push at maximum pace. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if you know, we're seeing 6 with a fast lap in a bit. I think Jabba had a bit of a game crash or something like that, because he's just coming back on now. So yeah,
I just saw that. Virtual safety car is still on, and now DRS is enabled, and we see that the VSC has ended. So the just coming out of Parabolica, having a little bit of oversteer there, but manages to get a clean getaway. Isti has won a little bit of time under that VSC, now within 1.6 seconds of 30, and we do see a spin in the back of Hardy, who did keep it out of the wall, but the tires are hot. I see him sliding a bit.
The move done for P2 from Daniel. Now Jordan is on the back of the Ferrari. Ferrari Power versus Ferrari Power. Works Ferrari versus a customer team. Using the ERS, no DRS through this section, through the curve of Grande. Is it going to be a Grande move? Is he going to try around the outside?
And now to the inside of turn 5, not having the... Ugh.
That was awesome. If he didn't pull it up, I would have given him like driver of the day right then and there. But you can see at the moment that these guys are battling Tong, you know, and Nails, and Daniel, I think, as I hate to say it, but does not have the pace to defend against these guys, because I think Daniel had a really good turn 1 on the first lap, but maybe not much else, because you can see that Jordan in the Haas is catching up to him. The Alpine's catching up to him. The Red Bull, I think, is the gap. So.
Oh, and we see the next retirement. Groffel has crashed. Now we do have a full safety car. Safety car is coming out on track now. This is huge for 6. Of course, he pitted to the soft tires, who are quite new still.
Yeah.
But we do see that Surdy overtakes the safety car here, so that means they have to go full lap again to catch up with the safety car. So we are in lap 6 when they catch.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be quite interesting, because 6, of course, on the soft tires can now catch up with the pack if he's quick enough to do so.
I think we're seeing another car, Hardy, in the Williams, is also, I think, attempting to do the soft tires. Yeah, that is a soft tires, no wing damage, just the soft tires. Number 34 Williams, in, out, and if 6 is into P12. Would you say what we're gonna see, like maybe 2 to 3 laps of racing, no DRS on the soft tire? Is it gonna be worth it from a driver's perspective? Because I think so,
because Hardy only lost 1 place with this. Of course, was already out of the top 8, so there weren't any points. 1 place for the main race isn't that much to lose. This is quite a gamble. I think I would have taken it as well.
Yeah, because the thing that I'm looking at mainly is that this soft tire is most likely going to be burned from your race set, you know, kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken. So my thing is, like, would you get a really good qualifying position, you know, kind of thing, that could lead you really well into the race, but you don't have a soft tire in case of a safety car or something like that? Or, you know, you gamble now. For these guys, I mean, 6 has gained positions, Hardy's gained positions, Quack has gained positions. They're going to be starting, what, you know, someone DNFs right now, 14th at worst, you know? But it's going to be a really interesting thing, and also depending on how long the safety car is out for, because it's 3 laps it takes for the DRS to be enabled once again. When
maybe we have 1 more lap with DRS, but I think the safety car should be in at the end of this lap, just because of there's no more time. Yeah, I think they really need to push to make that. Also Hardy, of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Delta is gone, because I think 6 is currently on racing speed. Yeah, the way he's downshifting right now, he's at racing speed, so they probably could catch up around. I want to say sector 3 is where that could happen. But
yeah, I hope 6 can manage to catch up. I hope Hardy can as well. I'm really interested to see what he can do on those new softs.
These guys are going at racing speed, so yeah, they are going to be able to catch up now.
But I do think the safety car is going to be in at the end of this lap. No, it's not.
No. I think they would tell us when.
Sector 3, going into Sector 3, it should be displayed. It means we have another lap. That means we only get 2 laps of racing action.
So no DRS, pretty much.
Nope.
No DRS. Yeah.
Then the softs can make quite a difference. But is 2 laps enough to catch up or manage to overtake a lot of people?
How ambitious can you be at that point, eh? You know, do you want to, you know, risk starting in P10 or whatnot? I think, yeah, safety car should be in next lap. Yeah, it stayed out, so 1 more lap. And no DRS running whatsoever, which is going to be very interesting. But those new soft tires, I think, are very intimidating. And that means everyone is caught up to the safety car. And
we now see Quack catching up to the safety car. Of course, had early front wing damage and had to pit early. Is still on the mediums, a new set of mediums actually. So he's quite he did not win with this. Let's say that.
No, he did not.
The second set of mediums used, not on the softs like the 2 drivers in front of him. It's gonna be a difficult last 2 laps for him.
Yeah, indeed. It's gonna be. I mean, at worst, you start 14th, and you've also got a whole race to make up the positions.
But I'm curious though, if we can't sprint on 9 laps on soft, that means the tire deck is worse as we expected.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna see a lot of people on the softs even in the race, or is it just gonna be a medium hard strategy?
Well, that depends on how risky everyone's feeling, you know, kind of thing. I mean, we have seen in like a lot of cases in real life F1, maybe they prioritized the first couple of opening laps and then, you know, made that gap, and then eventually the sprint is done and with the softer tire. But then, you know, with something like the medium, it's a safe option. The safety car is in this lap, so we will be starting lap 8 and then lap 9. That will conclude the sprint race.
We do see that Surdy is now controlling the pack. The safety car lights are off. So it's waiting for the safety car to be back into the pits before Surdy can even go.
He's gonna try to wait as long as possible, get on the throttle as late as possible. And this angle I really love, you know, that like wide shot.
He needs to watch out. He's catching up to the safety car quite fast now.
He's gonna be looking at this rear wing. And he's hit the throttle and he's away. 30. He's using all of his ERS.
Oh, and that's quite a good restart of Pookie as well, who might be able to get Isti here.
It's a McLaren 1-2 potentially. I think he's gonna get Isti. He's on around the
Isti
outside.
down the inside. Now around the outside of turn 2. He does get the traction and does get the overtake done. Yes.
McLaren
and now Daniel in the inside immediately after. Isti almost losing 2 positions now. Just after 3 corners. That must hurt.
That must hurt indeed. But
oh, and they touch! Daniel touched Pookie. Pookie is around. Oh, and Jordan is hit as well. Jordan around as well. Oh.
Well, he hasn't lost 2 positions. I think he just gained a position. So he's currently in P3. But yeah, we did see that collision between Jordan and Pookie. But Pookie, I think, taking the place from Jordan at the moment. I don't know if he's just letting him by, or Jordan's really just not fighting this one. But we are seeing a lot of people have gained positions. I think that's 6
around, yes, as well. And we do see that Hardy in the Williams is now on the softs into P7. So the risk has taken off, I think.
Yep,
has paid out.
He has, and he will score points. He will score points for this race, for the sprint race, and put himself into a really good position for the regular race as well. Now, the final lap of this race, I think we're going to see it all kick off. Surtees has a 3-second gap to everyone else, but Isti looking on the back of the Ferrari at the moment, and Ferrari's trying to break the slipstream. Remember, there is no DRS, but there is all the ERS, because this is the final lap, so they might as well use the tires, use the ERS, use everything they potentially have at the moment. The fuel spread looks...
Oh, we see that 6 has retired in the pits.
6 has retired in the pits, so he will start P14 at the worst. It's lap 9 out of 9 at the moment. Final lap of this race, no DRS at all. Feels like everyone's just kind of cruising home. There's a couple of chaotic laps. So we see Quack trying to attack Reese, but no can do there.
Isti and Daniel are still quite close.
Isti is using a lot of his energy. Daniel also using a lot of his energy as well. So I think we're seeing a bit of a 10% difference between the two of them.
Yeah, but it's last lap, they can't even use it all, I think.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah, they can?
Yeah, they can. They can use everything they want. And you can see Isti is gaining.
Is it gonna be enough? Parabolica? I don't think so. Should a bit wide going into Parabolica, and Daniel is going to take second. But it's Surdy who wins the sprint race with the fastest lap in the end with a 121.8. Led from start to finish, kept out of the trouble all the way actually.
Race span.
Oh, coming out of Parabolica, that's... Ooh, that one hurts. Was he in the points?
Yeah. He was in 8th, I think, or 10th, and has now been demoted to P13. So
yeah,
the grid order is really shaken up.
Helmut Marko's not going to be happy with that one.
No, he isn't. Williams, though, has gained a lot of positions.
Yeah, so Hardy finishes in P7 on those soft tires. Kept it out of the trouble as well. Fusion here getting driver of the day. Been a bit off screen, Fusion. Haven't seen a lot of him, but
Fusion started 5th and
did he?
Was in 4th, so he gained a position. Yeah, he gained a position.
That's not too bad.
Not too bad at all, to be honest. Just waiting for the sprint race to finish.
Is 20 seconds before we get into the main race with 30 on pole. Let's see if he can have a clean race as he did here in the sprint. Because then it's just cruising home for him.
But I think the grid order is really, really striking up. We didn't expect Daniel to be... He started 7th and he's now 2nd.
That's really good.
That's really, really good. But we have seen, and this is an accreditation that Daniel's driving, that he did not... I don't think he had the pace to defend. Like, for most of it, he didn't have the pace to be in 2nd on merit, you know, kind of thing.
No, we saw that Isti was faster in that last stint.
Yeah.
But just didn't have the time to go for the overtake. It does look like it's clear out here.
Yeah, nice dry race. You know, no one's going to be complaining about that. But let's see the tire strategies. One I think could be soft to hard, hard to soft. Obviously, we've seen a lot of strats within the F1 Esports series where starting on a harder tire, you know, where it's cold and whatnot, and then really taking the advantage of the tire temperatures towards the later end. But it does look like a lot of medium tires.
Medium, but I do see, I think it's Fusion who's... No, Biscuit who's starting on the hards.
So Quack is on the softs.
So Quack is on the softs. Pookie is also on the hard. And that's it. So Pookie and Biscuit are starting on the hard and Quack on the softs. Besides that, everyone start on the medium just like they did in the sprint.
Indeed.
Surdy, of course, being on pole once again.
Yeah.
Trying to get as good as a start as he did before.
He's hoping to do so, yeah. I mean, what we're looking at the moment, so the predicted strategy is if you start with the mediums, around the 12 to 13 laps, you can pit for the hard compound tire. Oh, we've got a spin in, I think that's Isti. In the
Oh, that is Isti.
Yeah, on the formation lap, so he's hoping maybe not to do that in the race, maybe getting it all out of the way now. But for the soft runners, you can go and you have to use all the tire compounds, the soft, the medium, and the hard, which is quite convoluted. But I think the medium runners, I haven't played the F1 in a league racing capacity in a while, but I'm quite sure you can make the mediums last 27 laps, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mediums?
Sorry, the hards. You can make them last 27 laps, or is
I
that
think
just like
you could.
You could,
but it's not
theoretically
viable.
Yeah, these guys want to do a soft to a medium or something along the lines of that. And then soft runners will have to pit around lap 6 or 7, which Quack has got to have some pretty decent hard running pace or medium running pace, and especially with a safety car.
Yeah, Quack is hoping for an early safety car.
Yeah. I think it's going to be almost inevitable, to be honest. But we're seeing them all line up. It's the on pole position, Pookie in P11, hoping to make that a McLaren 1-2, as it was very briefly in the sprint race. It's always tense lining up for the grid. I'm getting nervous.
Is he now coming through the field?
By the way, the generic crew says, can you turn me up?
Yeah, I already did that.
Cool, thank you.
And it's 5 red lights, and they are out. Surdy does look to have a good start, but
really
Daniel looks a bit better indeed. Trying to go down the inside, but we do see Fusion now coming in up into P3.
Oh, and Surdy has tapped to the back, but he's kept it on the track. Fusion is in P3, Isti P4. We got Bengal in P5, and Hardy in P6 on those medium compound tires. Sork in P7, so he's made up a position at the moment. Quack in P8, and then Biscuit in P9, Jordan P10, Gosha in P11, and then everyone else.
Now Daniel trying to go around the outside in turn 5, but not making it stick. Surdy cut it off.
He has the thing that's one of the traits with Daniel is that he doesn't have the pace on merit, but you know, obviously with no insult to his driving, but the main thing with it is he makes a position early on, and he's a really good defender and whatnot. Lero Fusion though is
and we do see the first spin, and that's Pookie spun around on the hard tire, probably still a bit cold.
Yeah,
could also be. And he yeah. That's bad. That's pretty. And that's a full safety car. Just haven't even driven a lap.
Yeah, that was a very interesting way to do it. I think just press under acceleration, didn't anticipate it, and then boom, that's it.
Yeah, too impatient. Too impatient by Pookie there. Just he spun around, tires got hot, and just wanted to get under the way too quickly again and beached it in the wall.
Yeah.
We do see that 6 is now coming in. Don't know if he has some kind of wing damage or...
Let me just double check. Yeah, no, that is wing damage. He's pitting onto the soft compound of tires.
Oh, that's a bold move.
Hmm?
That's a bold move going onto the softs.
Let's assume safety car lasts for about 2 laps, so that's lap 4. You take that, you know, about 6 laps, maybe 8 laps, you know, kind of thing. So we're assuming lap 8, lap 10, and he pits on 2 set of mediums or something.
No, do you think he could pit again next lap and go to the hards? Pit twice under the safety car and finish on hards, so he doesn't have to pit again?
Well, if he would have done that, he would have pitted on hards immediately, wouldn't technically.
Yeah, he started on the mediums. Yeah, that's...
Well, 6, obviously, you know, those softs did come useful to Williams, so he's hoping that that's the same kind of reaction he's hoping to get out. But I don't think the safety car is going to be in for out for too long because everyone's pretty much all caught up -6. It will be.
I think it's going to be one more lap after this.
Yeah, just one more lap. Pookie's left the session. It's really unfortunate for him to end this race like that, but unfortunate. But we do indeed.
He can watch football now.
yeah. Just give us if anyone is watching the football, give us an update on what's happening at the moment. I think my roommate is, so should be a-okay. But 6 has already got up to the back of the safety car, so it will be next lap, unless they're clearing the debris, the marshals. That you know, it will be in. I was trying to find the exact word of it. I was like, well, what do I say next? You know, kind of thing. Yeah. This happened.
Let's see if I'm quite impressed by Fusion up until now. Haven't seen him a lot in also in League 2. Haven't seen him driven so well.
Silent runner. I mean, the AlphaTauri has won here at Monza twice in real life. You know, with Sebastian Vettel and Pierre Gasly. So I think he's hoping that becomes the case. And you know, if Daniel, because again, one of Daniel's main things is that he's going to try to, you know, guaranteed he's going to try to go around the outside of Surtees on the first lap, you know, do something a bit optimistic and get the lead of the race. If these two fight, Leroy's in P1, you know, kind of thing. So could be something really interesting, and also a bit of commentator's curse while we're at it as well.
Oh yeah, I have had enough of that. I was commentating League 2 last week, Friday also. Yeah. We were in Bahrain, and it was like 3-4 times that I was talking about someone and they spun at the moment I was talking about them. So I'll try not to do that as much.
Yeah. We got safety car probably at the end of this lap. Everyone's tires should be warmed up, including the hard runners as well.
Only Biscuit on the hard still.
Yeah,
he's hoping for a late safety car around lap 20, I would say.
Well, he's got the tires warmed up now, so he doesn't have to do that mid-race. Oh!
Well, as you said that, he is falling back a little bit, but we do see that safety cars in his lap. Oh, that does mean he has...
Did he
I think we have a little bit of a commentator curse, because
my word.
It doesn't seem... If he touched someone, there would have been penalties, so I think he just spun on his own.
It's really unfortunate.
Cold tires. So he will be in...
Maybe shows that the we've got sword 5-second time penalty for ignoring the yellow flag.
Go on board with 30 here. Now in parabolic.
I would be very surprised
waiting.
If Biscuit takes the restart.
And there he goes. There 30 goes. Daniel having a bit of a better run. Maybe. I think Daniel can have a run here. Which way is he gonna go? He's going down the inside.
The outside. Is he gonna make the move?
He does.
He is.
That's very late. 30 tries to go for the switchback. Is he? Yes, 30 with the switchback takes back P1. What a beautiful move by 30 there. Wow.
It was looking like Daniel's position for all intents and purposes, but he was just a bit too preemptive on the throttle. He's gonna go.
But now down the inside again.
He's gonna do it.
Going
Where
on board
Norris
with
and-
Fusion to have a clear... Oh, no, Fusion
think
now
so.
going down the inside of Daniel, having a little bit of contact there. But Daniel keeping that place.
Okay, doesn't look too bad for Fusion at the moment. Obviously was a bit optimistic though. We've got Issy silently chilling in the background. He's just hoping that the chaos ensues, but does look like Surti is now pulling away, so I think those were two opportunities for Daniel, and now Surti is starting to, excuse me, just to pull away now.
We do see that
We got
Jordan
Nico.
has just overtaken Quack. Quack, who's
Yeah.
on the soft tires, is gonna try to come back, but already losing that much on 3-lap-old soft tires is not a very good sign.
Indeed, it is not. I think we've got Isti potentially trying to make a move on Liro, because you could see we've seen the Ferrari and the McLaren already make a gap to the AlphaTauri and the Alpine. So both the A teams here now going to go around the outside potentially. Isti, and he does not make the move. He's being a lot better.
Oh, a little bit of contact there, and
he spun. Oh,
Isti hitting the back of
commentators,
Fusion. Misjudgment there of Isti, I would say.
I don't think he hit the back of Fusion. I think it was the Williams or the Aston Martin.
No, he hit Fusion for sure. Beautiful fight here with the Haas's as well, going on even before this lap. We saw a beautiful move of Jordan in Parabolica.
I mean,
But
none
Sorg
of them
now
want to give up
taking
the
back that
position.
place, and
One's going around
Jordan
the outside, one's going
on
around
the inside again. Now Sorg being pushed a little bit off, and also overtaken by Goshen here, who takes profit of Sorg being offline.
I mean,
And
honestly,
Quack as well. Sorg losing 3 positions because of 1 corner. That must hurt. Quack going off track.
we've got
That looked
a-
really
we've got a
weird
Mercedes
there.
Off track. He's very much off track, but he's still in the point at the moment. Gruffel though wants to change that. The Alfa Romeo, now going to be Audi in a couple of years, is going to go around the outside of the Mercedes. Oh, and it's going to be
Gonna
a very,
make it.
very long and dragged out move, but he is going to make that stick. He's going to be.
But
in
the traction
P10.
of the soft tires are still a little bit better than those mediums.
We're just gonna
Groffel
see
still
him.
really close though. DRS still disabled.
Gonna go down the
Is
inside.
he gonna
are
go
you,
for the
Gruffel?
dive bomb? He is gonna go for the
No.
dive bomb. Oh, that's far back. No,
I think-
okay, he holds
yeah, I
in.
was
He
going to
holds
say
in.
he backed off at just the right time. He's got a lot of people behind him. Also, wanting that P11, potentially that P10 as well, because they know provisionally they are 1 position higher than they should, because the soft tires are gonna completely go off in a couple of laps as well. But we are seeing Biscuit with the fastest lap of the race on the medium compounded tire. He has complete free air, so currently he is fastest, but quite a ways away from everyone. Daniel, though, does have the DRS, so he is catching Surti. No, does he
He
have the
is
DRS?
completely out of ERS. If you look at the onboard, we see that it's a little bit over 20% now. Well, we see
Yeah.
that 30 is even over 50%.
I think now the gap is starting to really form. We're going to see less of a DRS rate and more of a strategy gamble here in this race. We are seeing, though, Groffel trying to attack, or rather being attacked by the Red Bull. He's going to try to hold around the inside, the Red Bull around the outside, and Reese into P11.
Now he has to watch out
Though
for 6 as
with
well
the
on the soft
DRS,
tires.
The DRS is going to come in. Reese does not have the DRS.
Oh, 6
The
being
6
blocked in there by Reese,
He's
which
really
causes
pushing.
Groffel to be able to go down the inside here in turn 1.
That was some proper bumper drafting there. Just complete. All right, go ahead, mate. You know, you can go a bit faster. Then he, 6 has had a lot of overspeed, meaning that he is too fast for the braking zone that he, went into. So yeah, it was quite interesting. But we are seeing Groffel, potentially knock on the points, door of the points, and we can see that Quack now, on those worn soft compound tires, is really starting to struggle at the moment.
Oh, a big oversteer moment there of Groffel.
Okay, I think he is still in P12 now. Being
Yeah, but now
chased
6 is coming.
by 6. Action is
But
coming.
he manages to hold the position for now. But 6 is really knocking at his door.
Indeed, he is the
A
soft
little
compound
look. We
tires.
see
are still
that
working
Goshen is
well.
really close to Jordan now. Jordan not
We
too
are-
far off Bengal. They
I
all
think
have
these guys are gonna
DRS,
be
so...
somewhat DRS trained, but it's going to be interesting when the strategy comes in, because if they have a mega outlap in clean air, then they could just easily get
Oh,
the
Quack!
5-second time penalty for speeding the pit lane.
Oh.
So Quack coming in for the first pit stop, not on the safety car. It is going to be the soft to the hard tires. We're going to see his pace. He does come ahead of Biscuit, who did have to pit on the safety. Well, technically
Just
outside of the
after,
safety car.
yeah.
Yeah, it was after, so technically it's the second pit stop. That was.
Do now see that Jordan indeed overtook Bengal.
Indeed.
Jordan having the fastest first sector now. Let's see if he can keep that up for the lap.
I think it's going to really help Jordan when catching the Williams and the AlphaTauri, because now the Williams is back on the back of the AlphaTauri, has the DRS. The AlphaTauri does not have the DRS. Going into a Scar chicane, going around the outside, the amount of straight line speed that Williams has, and now going down the inside, but the AlphaTauri does hold, I think, has much more of a downforce setup on that car, but you're going to see a lot of very long straight here, and followed by a very secondary long straight as well.
We already see here, just before Parabolica, that the Hardy is driving with a low downforce setup. We do see in Parabolica, we get confirmation of that by him going wide there.
Yeah.
But the DRS now enables, and it looks like it's going to be a clean overtake here.
He's going to get that position very easily. Indeed he is. Already done.
Doesn't even really has to compromise his line into turn 1.
The Ascari, the AlphaTauri, the Ascari, the AlphaTauri is going to have a lot better of a corner. So, for example, through this corner right now, not Curva Grande, but through the left.
We do see the next pit stop though of Bengal.
We're seeing Jordan attack Lero, and Lero has to go a bit off track, but also at the same time, he's lost a couple of positions as Isti now takes P5 as well.
Does he? Yes, he does.
He does. Indeed. Very well done from Isti, very clean racing. We're seeing a couple of pit stops now. Bengal on the hard Campana tire for the Aston Martin team. But Isti has DRS, so does Lero, but so does
look like Lero is a little bit faster on the straight though.
Yeah, just a tad bit. I think he's not running with an entirely downforce compromise setup, but we are looking at I think the Williams definitely having the most straight lines because he's just pulled away. Their kind of thing. The corners don't last for much longer, but if you can keep with the car ahead of you, especially with the ones with the straight line speed, you will definitely be aided within the corners. You're running a higher.
Let's see what Fusion can do here. Trying to go around the outside of turn 1 on Isti. Even Jordan is there a little bit. And a box in there.
That move as well, because then Isti could have, Lero could have gotten both of them at the same time. That would have been a hell of an overtake if that had happened.
Goshen having a little look down the inside then after of Fusion there. Of course his line was a bit compromised into turn 1. But Fusion could fight him off.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, should be okay at the moment. Just looking like
we are now on lap 10. If I remember correctly, it was lap 12.
Yeah.
Maybe
lap
1 or
12,
2 laps extended because of the safety car.
Indeed. I think we're seeing the soft tires even being extended to 6 in P10. Is still keeping up with Reese in P9 in the medium compound tire. And he has a decent gap to the guys behind him. So he's probably going to see how long he can ride this.
I wouldn't expect it for too long though.
I mean, if you're going to be pulled away by because you can see how preemptive he has to be with the throttle. But
he is continuing.
Dragged away, if he can just be dragged away by the DRS and just gain. Obviously, he's not going to get the position unless Reese makes a mistake. But if you can put her on the same time for hard compounded tires, that'd be great. But I think that his pace doesn't look that bad as well. Just to use the ERS.
We do see a yellow flag now. Biscuit in Parabolica is spun.
That's really unfortunate for Biscuit. Really,
but
really
one thing that does surprise me is that we see that 6 is still on the medium or on the soft tires for 9 laps now, which means they could have driven the sprint race on the soft tires.
Indeed. But again, safety car, so you know how much of that, because we were on the safety car for 2 laps. Technically, he's driven, you want to say 7 racing laps, maybe because we have a safety car on lap 1, 6 racing laps as well on the soft tire. But you can see he's really falling out of DRS range for Reese, and I think it might be this lap where he decides, all right, I've fallen out of DRS range, I've got a bit of a gap behind me. Or if he is going to still be in DRS range, because he's about 7/10 away at the moment. He can
is
still
catching up again.
drag it on. Yeah, he's got the ERS.
Oh,
so
we
you
do
have to
see
go
another
to
yellow flag. This time it's
That's
Fusion. That's really unfortunate. He really had a good weekend. This spin
Really
is not
unfortunate,
going to
but-
be great.
He is going to be hoping to get at least he has the solid today is DRS down the main straight, which is going to be decent. But I think Jabba will have to be pitting this or next lap, because now it's when a medium runner also should be pitting as well. But yeah,
We do see that Daniel is one of the only who can keep up with Surdy a little bit.
he's about a 2 second gap.
now.
You know, it could be interesting. Daniel could play a very interesting card and go quite long. Maybe put on the soft tires, or Surrey puts on the hards. He's got nothing to lose. He's got a bit of a gap behind him with the Williams. You know, he knows that he can pass the Williams on merit, but it could be quite interesting. You know,
If you were in
'cause you don't
Daniel's
wanna-
place, would you go for the undercut or the overcut?
I would go for the overcut. I would go for the overcut soft tires. See
Yeah, you
how
would-
long these mediums last for, and try something different. You know,
Maybe
It
hope
could
for
work.
If I have a look at the sky now, it does seem to be getting a little bit darker. Is there maybe a chance for some rain?
It's the potential span. We've got a lot of people into pits now.
Ooh,
Thor has a penalty, but we've got Hardy into the pits, Jordan into the pits, Issy into the pits. So everyone's going for the hard compound tire. And we're going to see where they filter out. Oh, the Inters!
huh?
The Williams has gone for the intermediate
That
tires.
doesn't seem. I think that must be a mistake by the team there. That can't be good.
That's either a godsend strategy call, or
I must say, I have heard about a bug where in online lobbies it can rain for someone. Well, it's completely dry for the other. I really hope that's
looking
not
like
the case for Hardy.
Hey, because he's actually gapping Bengal. So
What's going on here?
What is this? That's very weird. That's very, very weird. But he's gapping Bengal, so either he's really like good on those intermediate tires, or he's anticipating rain or something like interslicks, you know, where it does get to the point where, you know, you could potentially make these just rounded and stuff like that. But he's gapping them. I don't know if that's a straight line speed or whatever, but I'm not seeing him falter.
He doesn't.
So
It doesn't look like he's very out of shape with those inters. This is very weird. It's not something I've never seen before.
yeah, nor have I. I mean,
He's going really wide now, and he is in the gravel.
Yeah, maybe it was a bit
To be
ambitious,
expected, but he's
it's
continuing. This doesn't seem to be a mistake here.
maybe he's just anticipating the rain a bit earlier than everyone expected to.
But if there's rain in the way, it doesn't seem to be logic. Because why would 6, Jordan and Issy then go to the hards now?
I mean, maybe they're just locked in. I remember the first ever league race that we did at Huts, where we were Austria. It was like DRS was still enabled, and it was sprinkling down of rain, but everyone was like, it was actually faster to go on the dry tires than the inters, because the inters would just be too hot, and people would just lock themselves into a bit of a strategy gamble at the moment. So
But
everyone's staying out.
why wouldn't you go for another set of softs or another set of mediums? then?
Because the rain was already sprinkling, and we were expecting.
No. Why Jordan and Issy are 6 didn't choose to go to the mediums or the softs to wait for the for the rain to come instead of going to the hards.
I mean, could just be that they anticipate the rain won't come along. The sky is getting a bit better. At the moment it was a bit dark. Now it's very bright. So I don't know. It could just. I think it was a bit of a mistake from Hardy. He'll most likely come in at the end of this lap. I think he is not.
He's not. This is
okay. I gotta interview this guy afterwards. That's very interesting.
I'm really curious what his plan is here.
Maybe he's just frustrated.
Ruffle with the fastest lap now in P14. He did indeed go to the soft, so that might indicate that there is some rain in the way.
Oh, yeah, there is rain. There is rain. Yeah, he was correct then.
Yeah.
See on the halo.
Oh, I don't understand why people went to the hards then.
Well, that could be maybe they didn't anticipate the rain being so quick, or maybe they didn't even notice. But looking at Hardy on the inter tire, and he's just going to be rubbing his hands together at the moment and hoping those hards do not warm up whatsoever. But DRS is still enabled, so we're looking at inter-slick conditions, so not necessarily a better tire. We are quite on the crossover point at the moment.
I think the track is still too dry for the inters to
really
work
is still enabled.
Here.
So indeed it is too dry.
But Hardy not losing a lot of time. Jabba into P6 now as we see Fusion going into the pits. I would expect him to go to a set of inters. Can't imagine you pit for anything else.
Yeah,
yep, indeed. Okay, it does look like it's raining more and more now.
So I think maybe Fusion called it at the right time. And maybe Hardy was a bit too preemptive.
You see a lot of people coming into the pits now. We also do see a 5-second time penalty for Biscuit. Didn't he already have one?
I think he did, but he's just got another one at the moment.
Oh, no.
We're seeing, I think DRS has now just been disabled. And we can see the dry compound runners.
Yes, really locking up. DRS has now been disabled. So that means it is actually intermediate tire weather. I'm really curious to see what Hardy can do on those 3-lap old intermediates, because he has been driving them in the dry a little bit, so I would expect them to be a little bit warm and worn already.
Everyone's now into the pits. We're going to see how everyone's pace is going to be in the wet conditions.
Surely having a very good stop there. Probably pitting from first to first.
Yeah,
Reese with a 5-second time penalty for also speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah,
I didn't think this was one of the hardest.
I mean, because you're going at such a speed, and also it's wet, so the braking is going to be quite interesting. But Ruffle, I think, might be one of the decent winners out of this, because he went to the soft and knew. Oh, he's staying out.
Continue.
That's
a really big gamble here on the softs. Let's see what his lap time does. Comparison.
I don't know how that's going to be. Jabba's in P8, so we're going to see how he compares to it. I think now, he's just being passed by Lero. Very interesting.
Groffo is struggling here a lot on those soft tires.
Maybe that was a bit of a mistake from him. No, the rain is properly pouring down at the moment.
Ruffle now the only one on track who's not on the inter tires.
I hope he doesn't spin. Well, technically now I've said that. It's gonna be a commentator's curse. Yeah, but we are looking. He's still staying. He's still maintaining decent traction.
I think he's hoping for someone to make a mistake here in this lap and get that safety car out. Of course, it's very easy to make a mistake under better conditions.
Yeah.
I think he's hoping for someone to make that mistake, so he can almost get a free pit stop. But I don't think.
Is he going to be staying out again, or is he going to be?
No, he should come in now.
You can just see through Parabolica.
Yeah.
There's no traction whatsoever. He's going to the right hand side of the
pits now. Need to make sure he isn't speeding. No, he isn't.
Alright, well that was a very optimistic gamble from Groffel. Did not pay off for as long as he had hoped for. Especially since the soft could have been worn tires as well.
This
And
wet
he does
condition
now.
is very good for 30 though, who has now managed to make the gap a little bit bigger to 4 seconds now.
Yep. So we are looking pretty decent at the moment.
It doesn't
For
look like
30.
it's raining a lot though.
I mean,
Can there be a chance it dries up before the end of the race? We go back to soft.
yeah, it looks like the rain's reduced a little bit. So we're just looking at the moment where it could be someone's going to take a very optimistic gamble on a set of softs or a set of mediums to the end of the race. But it looks okay. I mean, still interconditions. DRS is still disabled.
Yeah, but it doesn't
so-
look like it's raining a lot anymore.
It doesn't look like it's
It's very
raining.
It is.
The track wet, so the track looks wet, but doesn't look like it's raining. That's what I would. Well, a little bit.
No, it's
but not too
it's
much.
still raining. Not as hard as it was, I feel like.
We should be weathermen instead of commentators then.
True.
Yeah, but okay. It doesn't. So, I mean, I think these guys can definitely make it to the end on their inter tires. So it should be okay for now, but we will see what happens. Obviously,
It's
the
only 8
more,
laps.
yeah, indeed, 8 laps to go.
Hardy's gamble paid off pretty well though, now in P4. Only 3 seconds of podium place.
Indeed, and
can
he's
do.
got the straight line speed. He could do it actually, because a lot of these guys are now going to be prioritizing downforce in the interconditions, but we haven't seen people really prioritize straight line speed. We can see the gap is currently 3.6 seconds. He's just going through the approach to the Ascara chicane. Okay, no, that is not improving. I think he would have definitely wanted a more downforce oriented setup, but his gamble did pay off. Maybe just one more lap later, and he could have really paid off. But yeah, it was definitely
You
interesting.
see he's gaining a lot here on the straight.
Oh yeah, decently,
He's
because obviously he's got a
driving a low down for setup.
yeah. Well, again, this is Monza. You don't really
But
need the
shooting on
downforce too
pit
much.
right there.
Indeed.
Let's have a little look here with Reese and Sorky. Pretty close to each other. Let's see if Reese can do something here. Not yet. I think Sophia is a little bit too far away.
Looks like about 7 laps to go. As I think everyone's filed into their own gaps at the moment. Doesn't look too bad.
There are pretty big gaps between everyone, so not a lot of fighting on track now, but we do see Jabba making a mistake there. We also see a yellow flag there. Biscuit spun around once again in Parabolica.
He's not having a good time.
He's not having a fun time with that corner, is he?
No, he is not. But as we said, you know, I think this is a very tricky corner, especially in this you know, circuit. So it's going to be, and also these conditions as well.
Fighting here now.
Oh yeah.
Let's have a look. Groffel does not have the downforce Quack has. Oh, but Quack makes a mistake, and Groffel drives into the back of Quack there. I would imagine Groffel getting wing damage from that.
There's no visual wing damage, but he does have a decent amount of understeer.
Yeah, and the touch was quite hard, so I would expect him to have some wing damage.
Yeah. Doesn't look too bad though. Doesn't look too bad whatsoever.
Jabba again losing a place, this time to Jordan.
He's not had too much luck though, Groffel, in a lot of the league races.
No. Is he now also on the back of Jabba? I would imagine him going down the inside here. He is lining it up. Braking later. No, he decides to not go for it. Jabba very late on the brakes there. Is he... No, he cannot cross back there.
He's just got to do that 6 more times, and he's got P9.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say to myself. Just 6 more times.
But is he now on the inside of turn 4?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Does
Well
look
done.
like he managed the overtake now. Yes, he overtakes Jabba here in turn
Very
4
well
and turn
done.
5. Beautiful move there by Isti. I expected him to go in turn 1 already. Decided not to do it.
I mean, you know, turn 1, you could end both your races, but here, it's a bit more optimistic of a move, but you'll know you'll get it done. I think he is now chasing Jordan, excuse me, in the Haas for P8. I was gonna say in the championship. It's just P8 generally on the track at the moment. It's about 6 laps to go. Well, there are 5 laps to go, including this one. If I'm not mistaken. It looks like everyone's filed into their own gaps at the moment.
Yeah, except Groffo and Quack, who are a little bit of trading with each other the entire time. Because Groffo managed to overtake Quack again, but Quack is now ahead. Quack having a little bit of oversteer there, that means that Groffo might be able to come back. No. So you can see Quack is driving a low down for setup. Groffo really catching up with him in the corners, except when I talk about it. But
Maybe
Quack
that
really
was his
pulling away
bit
on the straight. Groffo now coming
Groffel's
back into the pits, so I imagine he indeed has some wing damage then.
Would that be into tires, dry tires, full wet tires, potentially? Looking, it does look green. Oh, no.
He is going to the full wets.
Full wets.
That is a very interesting move. Of course, we also see
the rain is increasing.
Yeah, it did look like it, didn't it?
Now, here is the
Surly does lap him now. Let's have a look what the wet tires can do.
Indeed. I mean, you know, from a driver's perspective, do you stay out for 4 more laps, or do you potentially go into the wets?
Depends a bit on what Groffo can do now and in what place you are.
Okay, so the gap is about 24 seconds. If that goes down, then it's the wet tires. It looks like it is going down very slightly, or rather it's maintaining. So it looks like the crossover point between the wets and the intermediate tires. No, that he's losing a bit of time as well.
Yeah. He also had to let Daniel go there.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure if the tires are warmed up. Doesn't feel like it. I feel like it's really on the crossover point now.
Yeah.
They don't look a lot
He's
slower
maintaining
than the Inters.
So, but again, would you, you know?
At this point, no, because it's not enough.
Yeah. Would you pit? That's the thing, you know?
No, definitely not now. He's losing too much still.
I mean, yeah, I think the message is to stay out, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. For now, yes.
Yeah.
And it's only 3 laps after this.
Yeah.
So I would imagine everyone just staying out.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, you lose too much time. Pitting now. Definitely.
Yeah. But again, you know, who knows? Could be like a bit of like an F1 manager strat. Oh, he's starting to gain time now.
Does look like
in the corners, but not in the straight.
Tires are of course warming up now.
So those have warmed up.
No, I don't think anyone else is gonna go to the wets.
No. Look, I think the rain is decreasing as well.
Looks like it looks like Groffo is really.
So he's gaining.
Yeah, he is gaining now.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah,
it's not enough. It's definitely not enough.
That's really
I understand the gamble he took. I mean, he had to change his front wing. It's really wet as we can see. So
with the amount of gambles, we should have raced to Monaco.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. That's
Oh, we
could
do
be
see a
flag.
yellow flag there.
So up
I
tower,
think Jeb or Bengal had a little bit of a moment.
I think we're alright now. Everyone's gotten going. It's not too bad. 2 more laps
Yeah,
left in
really
this
getting
race.
into the end of the race here. 30. Getting the... No. I was about to say 30 getting the Grand Slam here, but Groffo, of course, has the fastest lap.
Yep, and he can't obviously he can't get the fastest lap unless there's a mighty performance in the wet.
Without corner cutting now. We do see
Yeah.
Isti coming in. That's oh, is he
Just-
retiring in P11? Not really
Yeah,
sure
ooh.
what happened there. Might be the
Yes.
incident in the yellow flag we saw that he had some front wing damage and that he didn't want to.
Yeah, he's retired in the pits, so everyone's gonna be bumped up a place at the least. That's pretty unfortunate. But he has indeed retired in the pits, which is good to see. It's the proper way he should be retiring, so it doesn't obviously hinder anyone, whatnot. So it should be okay.
Now it's only one and a half more laps. We do see another yellow flag. Oh, Isti has come back out on track.
Yeah, his AI has come back on track. But it's
Well,
not
they
too bad
just
at all.
retired in the pits. That's
Yeah, but
pretty
it's
weird.
the AI. I think now the car will disappear. Yeah, it's gone now.
yes,
So
good.
yeah, so 2 more
Of
laps,
course,
including this one.
Oh, now we
Another
do
yellow
see
flag.
another yellow flag.
That's Biscuit.
Biscuit
Yeah,
having a little spin there.
he's having a good time at this race, but it's trudging on, which is good to see.
Biscuit having a really hard race. A lot of spins.
Hopefully, a good result next race that'll keep him revitalized and whatnot. So
I hope so.
should be good. I mean, I've had a race like this that's definitely definitely broken me a couple of times. I remember when I was initially league racing, I did the same thing. I did like one of the things where it was a dry circuit, and I put on the inters by accident. And, yeah, it was not fun at all. But I remember just like I was like, I have to finish this race, you know,
That's
for
commitment.
to save my face. Yeah, indeed. Last lap now for 30.
He's 30 now, indeed, crossing the line for the white flag.
Wow, he's just led this race start to finish, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Unbelievable.
Even pitting from first to first.
Yeah, that's domination right there. Proper.
Even a little bit
Dominate.
boring, someone would say.
Yeah, but not for him.
No,
he's
not for him.
not complaining.
He's gonna be happy.
He's not complaining. But Daniel though did give him a decent fight. Gap is 9 seconds.
Yeah,
That
really
is-
lost it there under in the rain conditions.
Yeah,
Because it was about 2 seconds for a long time.
yeah, but I think especially in differences in setups and stuff like that, that's quite a big thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously didn't work out for Daniel in the end, but with some pretty decent moves and whatnot that he had to do, and tried to take the lead, but unfortunately did not pan out for him. Though, let's give our attention to the man, the myth, the legend, Surti, coming
Going
across
to the last corner
Parabolica.
now. Parabolica. One more turn to keep the car straight and on throttle, and it's just straight to the finish line now. And he's gonna
just
come home
celebrating.
and win the Italian Grand Prix.
Very well.
Wow,
done.
with over 10
So-
second gap on Daniel. Wow, that's
Wow.
domination. That's domination. And
That was
there we
really
see
good.
Daniel indeed coming home in P2 and Goshen taking the last podium place for P3.
That was
Haven't
really...
seen a lot of Goshen this race. Just
Well,
very clean
silent.
and
Good-
hardy
good
with the gamble on the intermediate. Quite paid off actually.
Yeah.
P4.
Looks really good. Looks really good. But yeah, pretty eventful race. But at the end of the day, well done, Surti. Very well done. Yeah.
Oh, and we do have last lap spin of Bengal here. That's gonna hurt him, because that's gonna push him out of the points. As we see 6 now, catching P10.
It's got no wing as well.
Oh, that does hurt.
Unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Very.
It does mean that 6 is now the last person to take a point. Bengal's not gonna be happy about that one.
No, he is not.
And Aston Martin is in as well. True.
That's racing.
And the last person, Biscuit. That's it. Surti wins the Italian Grand Prix for Guts Gaming League 1. What you think about the race?
It was great. Very eventful, you know?
Yeah. A dry to wet race is always quite eventful. Start was a little bit hectic at some points, but at the end, most of the drivers could manage to keep it clean.
Indeed.
Very good to see. I was waiting for the drivers to get out on the podium here.
Yeah.
Let's hope for a little bit less boost than last time. Of course, it's not a Ferrari on the top spot, but
Ferrari's close. Ferrari very close. Honestly, Daniel did really well considering everything. I don't think, don't mean to insult him, but like obviously I don't think he had the
do
pace.
Indeed see Surti walking his way to the podium, getting on that top spot, doing a little dance.
Very well done from everyone. Very, very well done.
It looks like they are not booing as much this time and more cheering.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Always a good one with the Italian Grand Prix.
And of course, congratulations to McLaren, the winning constructor team.
Nice. Well done.
Gonna be good for them in the standings.
Indeed, it should.
And with that, we have come to an end here, and there's not a lot for us to do. I'm gonna have a little look at the end classifications. I'm gonna have a little look at the calendar for the last 2 races of the season. And that's it. Never mind, we're not gonna see the classifications. We're just gonna get yeeted back in. Then we are gonna have a little look. The next 2 races, which are gonna be the Netherlands next week and the week after the season finale in Abu Dhabi. So make sure to not miss that. And then in name of Huts Gaming, of me and of Shiv, I'm gonna say goodbye to you all, and hope to at least see you next Friday for League 2. And maybe someday ever again to League 1. So goodbye.